Margaret booked what she thought was a free yearly checkup. She walked out feeling great, and 3 weeks later, a bill showed up for $60-some she wasn't expecting. She did nothing wrong. She just didn't know one small rule. Today, in plain English, the Medicare visits and screenings that really do cost you $0, and the one sentence in the exam room that can quietly turn a free visit into a billed one. No sales pitch, just the map, so the next bill doesn't surprise you. Here's the good news first, because there's a lot of it. If you have Part B, Medicare gives you a whole shelf of preventive care for nothing. No deductible, no copay, no coinsurance, as long as you see a provider who accepts assignment. That phrase just means a doctor who takes Medicare's approved amount as full payment. So, before we get to the trap, let's walk that shelf together. You paid for this with your premiums. You should actually use it. Start with the one-time visit because it has a deadline most people miss. It's called the Welcome to Medicare Preventive Visit. You get exactly one, ever, and only in the first 12 months after your Part B starts. Miss that window, and it's gone. It's a sit-down to review your history, point you toward the right screenings and vaccines, check a few basics like your weight and blood pressure, and talk about how to stay healthy. It is not a comprehensive physical. It's a planning conversation. And when your provider accepts assignment, you pay nothing. Now the one you'll use again and again, the yearly annual wellness visit. Once you've had Part B for more than 12 months, you get one of these every 12 months, and it's also a flat $0. But here's the part that trips up almost everyone, so let me say it slowly. The annual wellness visit is not a head-to-toe physical. I know, the name sounds exactly like one. It isn't. It's a conversation. Your provider updates your history, walks you through a health risk questionnaire, checks your basic measurements, and builds you a personalized prevention plan and a screening schedule for the years ahead. Think of it as the planning meeting, not the full inspection. If you walk in expecting a complete physical, you may be let down. And if the doctor does extra hands-on exam work that Medicare doesn't cover as preventive, that part can land on a bill. Take a breath, because this next stretch is all good news. On top of those 2 visits, Medicare covers a long list of actual screenings at $0 when your doctor accepts assignment. A screening mammogram every 12 months. The Pap test and pelvic exam for cervical cancer. A screening colonoscopy. Covered vaccines, including your flu shot and the COVID-19 shots. Diabetes screenings, certain heart disease checks, depression screening, bone density measurements, and more. These aren't throwaway services. They're the real tests, the kind that catch a problem early while it's small and quiet. And for most people, they show up on the statement as a clean 0. So where does Margaret's surprise bill come from? Here's the scene, and it's the whole reason for this video. There are 2 quiet ways a free visit stops being free. The first is the colonoscopy twist. The screening colonoscopy is free, but if the doctor finds and removes a polyp during it, the rules say it's no longer purely a screening. It became a procedure, and you can owe 15% of the Medicare-approved amount. Same table, same day, suddenly not 0. That's not anybody cheating you. It's just the line between looking and treating, and now you know it's there. The second one is bigger, and it's exactly what got Margaret. During a free preventive visit, the moment you bring up a new problem, "Oh, while I'm here, my knee's been killing me," and the provider investigates or treats it, that part is no longer preventive. It's diagnostic. And Medicare may bill you for diagnostic care delivered during a preventive visit. One sentence and a slice of your free visit becomes a regular office visit with cost-sharing attached. Margaret had mentioned her trouble sleeping. The wellness part stayed free. The sleep conversation got coded as a problem visit. That was the bill. So, how do you keep the free thing free? Here's the one simple move, and it costs you nothing. Before your visit, separate 2 lists in your own head. List 1 is prevention, your screenings, your vaccines, the wellness checkup itself. List 2 is problems, anything that aches, worries you, or needs treating. Now, you are completely allowed to discuss the problem list with your doctor. That's good care, and you should never sit on a real symptom to save a few dollars. Just know that when you raise a problem, that portion may be billed, and that's normal. If you'd rather keep the wellness visit clean and free, you can simply say, "I'd like to book a separate appointment for this problem." Naming it up front is the whole trick. No surprise envelope 3 weeks later. And one last reassurance, because I don't want you walking away nervous. A bill after a preventive visit doesn't always mean someone made a mistake. Sometimes it's just the diagnostic part doing exactly what the rules say it does. But if it looks wrong to you, you can call the office and ask how the visit was coded, and you don't have to untangle it alone. So I'm curious, has a free Medicare visit ever turned into a surprise bill for you? Tell me what happened down in the comments. It helps me know what to explain next, and honestly, it helps the next person feel a little less blindsided. I read every reply. If this finally made the free stuff feel free, go ahead and subscribe. Next time, we'll break down which vaccines Medicare covers at $0 and which ones quietly slip onto a bill instead. This is general information, not advice, and we're not affiliated with Medicare. Rules and costs change, so always check your own situation. I'm really glad you're here. I'll see you in the next one.